Have you ever followed a wellness plan that was perfect for your body, but it actually made you feel worse? Maybe you tried a quiz that told you to eat more raw, cooling foods, which made you more depleted in energy. Or you tried a new grounding routine that actually made you feel more sluggish. The truth is, most wellness apps ask you the same basic question: what is your body type? Then they label you, and that's it, you're done. But according to Charaka Samhita, one of the oldest medical texts on earth, that question is only half the picture. And if you only answer half of the question right, you're building the wrong healing roadmap for your body every single time. Today, I'm going to show you the missing link in natural wellness that explains why your healthy habits might be backfiring and how to fix them. My name is Navilla Bagga. I spent my life at the intersection of two very different worlds. I'm a technology founder, a yoga and a martial arts instructor, but beyond the titles, I'm a lifelong student of the classical Vedic text. I spent years frustrated by how modern natural wellness has been oversimplified into generic quizzes or one-size-fits-all supplements. That's why I built NatureNani. It's an AI wellness platform that's not built on trending algorithms. It's grounded in Charaka Samhita and over 200 classical ancient texts. We built the architecture of NatureNani with this one critical component that almost every other app misses. So let's break down exactly why you've been getting the wrong advice and how to finally listen to what your body's actually asking for. To understand why most wellness advice fails, you have to understand that your body has two different natures. In Ayurveda, it's called Prakriti and Vikriti. Think of Prakriti as your core constitution, your blueprint, or the seed you're born as, let's say tropical hibiscus. And Vikriti is the current condition that it's in, or the current state. Now, let's say if this tropical hibiscus is growing in a cold, freezing climate, you don't say that the plant is broken. You need to change its Vikriti, or the current state it's growing in order for it to flourish again. Let's break down why this distinction is a secret to personalized health. Prakriti literally translates to original creation. This is a unique ratio of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha that are established the moment you were conceived. It never changes. Think of it like your biological fingerprint, or like your bone structure, your body frame, your basic temperament, how you respond to stress, how you respond to cold or warm, and how has your digestion been? Has it always been strong or sensitive? Now, a Vata dominant Prakriti is like a lean, free bird. So this kind of person will have a lean frame, creative mind, prone to cold hands, and irregular digestion. A Pitta dominant person is of like a focused fire, has a medium build, strong digestion, always focused, and who always run warmer than others. A Kapha dominant person is like a stable earth, calm temperament, strong, bigger build, and who always has a deep restorative sleep. This is your baseline. It's the you you're always trying to return to. In the Charaka Samhita, Prakriti is used for long-term health. It's how you define which climate you thrive in the best and what lifelong dietary recommendations work the best for you. Then there is Vikriti. Vikriti in Sanskrit means an altered or changed state. It's how far you've drifted away from your blueprint due to stress, poor sleep, bad diet, or even changing seasons. Unlike Prakriti, Vikriti constantly changes. It never stays constant. It depends on your environment factors. Now imagine a Pitta person, a fiery, driven person, and he's working in a stressful environment, working 80 hours per week, getting poor diet and not sleeping well. will eventually develop a Vata Vikriti, or his Vata current state of mind or current state of health. From Prakriti, his core constitution is a Pitta personality, but due to the environment, he has become a Vata. In Charaka Samhita, Vikriti is what we use to recommend or suggest remedies for treatments, not the Prakriti, because Vikriti is your current imbalance that needs to be rectified in order to go back to your original state, which is your Prakriti. Now, here's where most of the wellness apps out there get it wrong. They ask you questions about your core constitution and generate a result for your Prakriti, your core state, right? Now, let's say they tell you that you're a Vata person and it recommends set of protocols for you to eat more warming foods, do grounding yoga, exercise, and take some warming herbs like ginger. Now, this may work, right, if that's the Prakriti of the person and they're looking to maintain their health. But what if the person is experiencing a current imbalance state, which is not able to sleep at night, having acidity issues, is constantly feeling anxious and stressed out, which tells that his current imbalance is a Pitta Vikriti. And if you tell this person to eat more warming foods, do intense exercise, or eat warming herbs, that's going to make his conditions worse. He's going to develop more fire, more intensity inside his body. And this is actually clearly defined in the Charaka Samhita. In the Sutrasthana, it clearly states that a practitioner who treats the constitution without first assessing the current imbalance will do harm. Vikriti always goes first, always. NatureNani is built on this principle. When you first complete the wellness intake, the platform assesses your Vikriti first, your current state of imbalance, and uses that to drive an immediate plan for you. Then it establishes the Prakriti for long-term constitutional guidance. Do assessments in the right order, the way Charaka Samhita intended. Now let me show you how this actually works in NatureNani. I'm going to do a live walkthrough and show you how the platform builds your Prakriti and identifies your Vikriti and builds protocols around it. All right, let's get into NatureNani. I'm going to narrate everything that I'm doing so you can follow along and decide if you want to do the same. So I'm on the homepage of NatureNani and I click on Launch App button. Now I'm already logged in, but if you're not logged in, you can sign up with Google or your email and password. It takes a few seconds. So once you're signed in, I go to my wellness profile. This is where, when you complete your assessment, all your details will be saved here. Your Prakriti, your Vikriti, and general recommendations based on your core constitution. So let's begin the journey. So I click on begin my wellness journey. You can also click at it from the take the wellness assessment button at the very top. So let's do begin journey. Now you get two options. Now, if you want to just understand and maintain your health, that is, if you just want to know your Prakriti, your core constitution, and just want to maintain your health, you can do that. The second option is if you're dealing with a current imbalance or a condition that you need some kind of remedy or a treatment plan. So I'm going to start with this. This way I can show you both Prakriti and Vikriti scenarios. Now it's going to ask you if you have any primary concern. You can enter that. Now, they'll ask you what's your primary health concern, if you're looking to manage a chronic condition or if you have joint pain or cardiovascular health or anything. So I'll just say this. Now is the essential details. Now we haven't started the Vikriti or Prakriti yet. This is just to input the essential details like your age, gender, and whatnot. Now, since I entered myself as a female, that this wellness intake is going to ask me some questions about my hormonal health. So, okay, now is the current state section, which is the questions about your Vikriti. Now, this is where you add your health concern or if you're feeling something off in your body. So, let's say I'm feeling a little bit of heaviness in my headache. You can select multiple areas. This is just a diagram to help you select which areas you're feeling um, some kind of ailment or some kind of imbalance. So let's continue. Okay, now the intake is completed for Vikriti. Now it takes me to the Prakriti section, my core constitution. Now at this step I can also skip it and it'll show me my results of Vikriti, but I also want to know my core constitution Prakriti, so let's complete this one. Okay, so now my questions are done. Now this is just giving me a summary of what all I have input in the system. I give a consent, and now it's going to tell me my results. All right. So my current nature is a Vata and Pitta, and my current nature is Vata and Pitta, which is my Vikriti, and my lifelong nature is also Vata and Pitta. So I'm a combination of dosha. So dosha can be, it doesn't have to be one dosha for one person. The imbalance can exist due to two doshas as well. So instead of just Vata dosha, you can have Vata and Pitta, or Pitta or Vata, and so on. You can also have a dosha for all three elements, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, which is kind of rare, but yeah, there you have it. So once I have my health pattern revealed, I can go to my wellness profile, and again, it'll show me the summary of my Ayurvedic blueprint. All my essential details are here. Now, if anything I added was wrong, I can update my current state or retake the complete journey again if I want to. Now I'm ready to ask NatureNani any questions about my health journey or if I'm facing any kind of issues at my current state. I'm going to start with that. So I say that I feel bloated and get acidity after eating meals. Let's see what NatureNani tells us. Now it's thinking right now and it's looking at my Vikriti and my Prakriti to build a wellness plan for me. It'll give me a summary of what I should do based on my constitution and my current imbalance. And it'll give me a list of modules that I can access to get more details. Okay, so we have a root cause explanation. What is causing this imbalance in me, the bloating and acidity. It's an imbalance in my Agni, a quick action summary, foods to eat and avoid. And then it tells me a botanical RX, which is botanical RX is basically a recommendation for herbal remedies or supplements that you can take. So if I click on that, this is the format I designed specifically to mirror a clinical prescriptive table because that's what it is: botanical name, dosage, preparation method, frequency, and clinical effects. Every single row sourced from the classical text. You can save this to your profile to access later. You can save this to your library. You can also save this full summary that has been generated to access later. And then let's look at the yoga aid. Yoga aid module will generate a four-phase therapeutic yoga protocol for my current Vata Pitta imbalance. It contains a foundational phase, an activation, an internal balance, and a nature integration. This isn't a generic yoga sequence. Every pose and practice is selected for the specific dosha pattern identified in my Vikriti assessment.
Vata pacification means grounding, stillness, and nervous system regulations. And that's exactly what this sequence does. Finally, the NutriHeal plan. Personalized food intelligence and recipe library built around my Vikriti imbalance and my dietary profile. What food to consume or avoid. It also just suggests smart switches I can do to what I already consume. Every food suggestion is following the classical Vata pacification principle of warmth and nourishment. Each meal comes with a clinical annotation explaining why it was selected. This is the Ayurvedic principle of food as medicine, not nutrition as calorie management, but food as a constitutional therapy. Now I'm going to save this for my access later so I can go back and refer to my plan. Um, I'm going to save the yoga aid as well. Okay, here you have it. Now, if I go to my saved library, I should see it. So I should see my ailment is bloating and acidity. My consultation is here. Okay, this is what I asked. I can also print this. My Botanical Rx is here. And let's go back to the library. My meal plan is here. And okay, my yoga plan is also there. Excellent. So that is it.
Now, this is what I want to leave you with. The reason why most wellness apps get it wrong is not because they're careless. They're asking the right questions, but incompletely. Knowing your Prakriti, your constitution, is important, but knowing your current state of imbalance is what drives the action. The Charaka Samhita was written 2500 years ago, and the Ayurvedic practitioners have been following this since thousands of years. NatureNani is built to honor this understanding. If you want to try it, there's a free forever basic plan that you can sign up right now. And there's a 14-day trial on the premium version. Link is in the description, also pinned in the comments. And if you have any questions about your Vikriti or anything that I covered today, send me your comments. I read everyone. Namaste.